Hello, and thanks for coming to my channel to check out this layout. It's the very first one I made with the August Scraptastic Kit, and I'm titling this one Boys of Summer. We went to my in-laws in upstate New York for a week. We've been back a week now, so I did these layouts like a week and a half ago, so voicing over that much later, believe it or not, is really kind of hard to remember everything you were thinking. And Eric's cousin Connie came over. She's one I go to the crops with a lot, and she and I scrapbooked all day. So we were also yipping and yapping and laughing, and so I accidentally forgot to push play in the very beginning when I was showing you the products and the first little bit of the page. But you can see what I had done. I took some of that arrow paper and I made like a 4-inch wide vertical cut, and then I took a little bit of a thin green striped paper and made that one maybe about 1.5 inches, and then just adhered those together, and I put it on the blue or on the red circle background. I love that red background. These are 2 pictures of my son Carlton and his best friend Josh. Josh is in the red shorts, and this kid is flippin' hilarious. He is so he came with us to New York. The girls have always had friends come along or whatever, and Carlton's never had the chance to. So, he asked if Josh could come along, and Josh basically lives at my house anyway. So I'm like, yeah, why not? Give Carlton something to do, But this was the first day we got there, and it was the forecast called for rain later, so they wanted to get some swimming in. My in-laws have this farm. It was a dairy farm, and they've had it in the family for well over 200 years. And he doesn't milk cows anymore, but he still does crop farm. And he houses heifers for other farmers that need extra room and stuff. So anyway, this is called the pond, and it's not what you think of really. When I first heard pond, I thought this little tiny hole of water, but it's a natural spring. It's up on their property, maybe 2 miles up into their property from the house. And it is such a relaxing, beautiful place we swim. They do have like this house camper thing up there. And so the kids had spent the night many times with cousins up there, and bonfires, and we grilled out, and, they did the s'mores, and they just had a blast. And Josh had never really gone anywhere with a friend before, and his mom called me, and she's like, Robin, Josh wanted me to call you, and she said, I feel really bad, like he's inviting himself. She's like, what do you think about this? I don't think they've ever had him gone. Well, maybe so. I don't know if he's ever done camp or anything. And I'm like, are you kidding me? It's going to keep Carlton busy. I'm all for it. And she goes, really? And I'm like, yeah. He's more than welcome. And Josh had a blast. He and Carlton were out. Now, these boys, all they want to do is stay in the house and play video games all day, either next to each other or via headset internet at their own houses playing each other. So I'm like, I kid you not, these boys were outside all week. They were four-wheeling. Josh got to ride the four-wheeler, learn how to drive it. They were driving, well, they're both 16 and almost able to drive by themselves. Carlton can drive by himself August 28th. Josh is a little bit longer, but on my in-laws' property, they were driving the trucks and the tractors, and oh my gosh, they were having a blast, and I was loving them being outside. So anyway, Josh is such a funny kid, and I don't want to say he's awkward because he's not awkward, but he is not boisterous funny. He's a very soft, mellow, you have to catch him being funny kind of thing. But the more comfortable he is with you, like, because both of my girls adore him. So if that tells you anything, usually one of the girls are annoyed by Carlton's friends. One will like him and the other one doesn't, but they both adore Josh. And they've been friends since we moved to Delaware when Carlton was in 2nd grade. So, they've grown up together. And there was a couple years where they chose different friends in middle school, but came back together here in high school because other friends were doing different things and they weren't ready for that. So I'm very, very pleased that they are close friends again. And Yeah, his mom would text me and she'd be like, well, just checking in since I haven't heard from my son. I hope he's behaving. I'm like, you haven't heard from him because he never comes in the house. They are always outside. And she goes, oh my gosh, that's amazing. So anyway, they decided to get some swim time in this day, and the rain never showed up until like well after midnight. So they had a great day swimming. Rachel and Shelby joined them, and I think we had a family reunion the next day, or the no, it was the next day, and so they got to know some of the cousins from my husband's side. Well, Connie, the one that scrapbooks, she has two boys, and one of them was away, the older one, Tyler. He's 20, he was away, he wasn't there, but Michael is Carlton and Josh's age. And he has a best friend that's a girl. Her name's Jessica, and they came over, and all of our kids just hit it off. They planned the whole week. They were wanting to be together all week long. So I was just loving life. And Connie's like, I feel so bad you have all these kids over here. And I'm like, yeah, but they don't bother me. So it's all good. Bring it on. You know, they were very well behaved. When they were hungry, they cooked something themselves up at the pond. You know, they put something on the grill, or I made something and took it up. And so it all turned out well. And there's so much more to tell, but those are going to be other layouts. So I'm going to try not to tell too much. But anyway, I'm really liking how this page is turning out. I pulled out some of those frames, and I thought this kit had a lot to do with gaming, which is fine because I have a couple pictures of Josh and Carlton playing too, but I was really happy to see how this fit with a swimming thing, you know, a swimming layout. And I'm going to be voicing over. I have like 7 or 8 that I made and did videos here at my in-laws' house. I wasn't quite sure how the video quality was going to be. I scrapbook in my mother-in-law's kitchen, and I just had my OT light and her overhead kitchen light, which is not very bright at all. And then there's windows on both sides of me. So, but they're kind of further away. So there were a few pages I made at night that when I looked at the screen, it just looked like it was not picking up. So I just didn't video those, but you did see them because I did a layout share. And so every time I would look up at the screen with this and my viewfinder on the camcorder, it looked like it was really dark, but I'm seeing now it wasn't so bad. So I'm really, really glad about that. Close-ups were kind of hard to do because my camera just didn't really want to focus, probably because it was getting darker. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. I had 2 full days of scrapbooking. The rest of the week we were at a farm show and a steam show, and I did go with Connie and my mother-in-law this evening here to their weekly Stampin' Up thing, or monthly Stampin' Up thing, and bought a few goodies, so I can't wait to get those. Eric just took Rachel back up to school yesterday, and he's going to stay another week with his dad, helping his dad out on the farm and such. So hopefully that order will be in and he can bring it home with him. I got a few stamp sets and a couple stencils, I think, and dies. I don't know. I can't remember, but I got a few things. So I'm picking out some things from the sticker sheet and the ephemera pack, and those frames I thought were really, really great. And it was kind of funny because I'm sitting here talking with Connie and we're laughing and we're having a great time, and she's always like, what are you doing now? What are you doing now? So I'm kind of explaining to her what my thought process and stuff, and then I kind of lose myself of what I was doing, and I forgot to put a title on this. So in the middle of doing the next layout, I forgot to put a title on this one, so I pulled it back out and I added it to the top photo frame, and I just called it Boys of Summer, and that's the name of the kit, and that's the name of this page because it just fits. And I have an iPhone, and I hear the Samsung has a way better camera. So isn't that sad when you pick out a phone not for the quality of the phone or the I want one for the camera for the camera in it. I accidentally dropped my point and shoot, which took excellent pictures, so I need to get another one. But to be honest, I take 99% of the pictures you see on my scrapbooking layouts with my phone, and they turn out well for this size. But I have to tell you, if I wanted to print a bigger size, some of these wouldn't look as sharp as they do, on the picture app I use. And that picture app is called Pick Jointer. And I really like it a lot. And one feature, the reason I like Pick Jointer a lot is when you pick out like a grid design and you tap in one, like let's say it's 2 picks to a thing. So you press on the first half of it and you can go to your camera roll and pick out which picture you want. All the other pick apps I've used, when you go and click the other side, it starts you at the very beginning of your camera roll again. And then you have to scroll back and see where you left off before. And that drives me nuts because I have literally like 2,000 pictures on my phone. I know. It's crazy. But I've had a very busy summer with weddings and moving cross country, and I'm just not ready to take them off my phone yet because I print from my phone on my Canon selfie. So anyway, so with Pick Jointer, when I go to press the other side to pick a second picture, it takes me right back to where I left off, which is lovely. So it's a little purple app, and it has a picture frame of like mountains and a sun. Pick, P-I-C, Jointer, Jointer. I do think I paid 99 cents for it, but so worth it. Love it, love it. I used some of my Postbox Red, I think it was called, from Delusions, and that stuff looks like blood. That's how red that stuff is. I almost thought maybe I shouldn't have used it on the red paper. I don't know, but I used some red, and I used some either tinsel or navy from Heidi Swapp. And I just brought a few. Someone asked me if I could do a video on what I bring when I travel and scrapbook, and I have to say I brought everything I needed, and it was 2 trips out to the car shorter than it usually. I usually have to bring all my paper, all my car. I brought 5 kits with me. Since I started Scraptastic Kit, I brought all those kits. They all fit in this thick plastic bin that I got at a scrapbook store. I'm sure it's made by Iris. It's like the ones you see at Michael's, it's just deeper. I brought a little container. You saw it a few seconds ago on this video, and I had maybe 6 to 8 spray mists that I use all the time. I brought my little tool caddy. I bought it at Michael's. It has all my pens and my scissors, and I just picked up it has a handle. I picked it up and I put it in. I brought a few rolls of washi tape. Not that I use washi tape a lot, but I like the option to have it. I brought my bin of letter thickers. I only have one, like, shoebox size full of letter thickers. I don't have, tons and tons of them yet. I brought my new little, because I repackaged my stamps and it fit very nice in this little bin I got at Michael's on clearance. I brought that, and I only picked out a few dies that I thought I would use, and I picked out a die or two that my mother-in-law loved that Simon Says Stamp is still out of stock with, so she went ahead and did a bunch of cutting, die cutting with those, because she makes tons of cards. Let me see. I brought, my big fat Light. It's the big white one that has the containers so you can put your pens and things like that. I brought my tape runner, those 2 other little adhesives there, a few extras of adhesive, and really, I did bring my little, what do they call those? Not a key holder, but I have all of my enamel dots on this thing. It's kind of like a key ring of enamel dots. I had a key ring of other miscellaneous like embellishment things, and then that was it. So it all fit in. Oh, and I did bring 2 large scrapbooks to show my mother-in-law what I've done so far, because she can't really, it's hard for her to watch YouTube. When we're there, because we have hotspot on our phone, the internet's much faster, it just uses up our data. But I got her watching some scrapbooking and mostly card people, and she was loving life. So all in all, I had a 31 bag with some things in it. It's one of those rectangle bags. I had that filled. I had my little roll cube case. That was like $20. I had that filled. My caddy with my pens in it. I didn't need to put that in anything because it had a handle. And that was it. That's all I brought, and I had everything I need. I will do a video on it, but I was completely surprised, and I didn't really need to ask for any. Oh, I did bring some ink pads. So anyway, here is the video. And okay. Thanks for joining me, and I'll talk to you later on the next one. Bye.